Well, hello viewers. Sadly, my 2 weeks here in California has come to an end. But what a place to give you a recap of my experience and share some of the riding out here and give you some reasons to visit and urge you to visit with your bike and do some riding, some exploring, some road tripping, because the riding out here is simply fantastic, world class. So the road behind me is called Seven Sisters, which you reach from Fairfax. It's a roller coaster road through its amazing lush landscape with cloud inversion down there, and over there somewhere is San Francisco and the Golden Gate Bridge, and simply spectacular, breathtaking, which is why I picked a spot to give you a recap. As you know, I don't do vlogs here on Just Ride Bikes, but I want to share my experience of riding out here and why I think you should come out here if you get the chance. So yesterday I rode Levi's Granfondo and my legs are still very much sore from 220 kilometers around some breathtaking roads and lots of leg busting climbing. And there's now a pro race element as well, a big prize purse for the top level athletes, but a Granfondo for thousands of people to take part behind the pros. So really excited to get road racing back here in the US, because it has gone away in the last few years with the rise of gravel and everything that's changing these days. But before that, I came out for Otter Classic, the real reason I come out here. The biggest bike show in North America and one of my favorite bike shows on the planet. It's outside, it's sunny, there's cool bikes and products on display, there's racing as well, mountain biking and road and gravel, and just everyone's really positive. And also some cool products and innovation on display as well. The Praxis Gear Hub was probably my kind of star thing from the show. It's still a proto, but the potential benefits of a concealed system is really exciting for me. There's a new valve for easier tubeless installation as well. Magura have a new brake hose design, and hopefully you caught some of my videos from the show. I'll put links down below in case you missed them. And I'm so busy at Otter Classic filming all the new bikes and speaking to people that I don't get a chance to ride at the event itself. Maybe next year I'll do some racing, but outside of the show, I get to ride around 17-mile drive where I rode the new Carnago V5 RS for the first time. It's a stunning road next to the Pacific Ocean. You've got sea otters and seals out in the water, amazing pristine golf courses and houses that cost an absolute fortune and all mostly empty as well, second homes for sure. But an amazing road, and it's a real kind of highlight of doing Sea Otter. And then after that, I headed north. For the last few years, I've been coming out here. I stay in Fairfax, which is just behind me. But I was told, recommended by Chris Lyman, if you're watching Chris, thanks for your tip, to do the Levi's Granfondo. Levi Lightpalmer, ex-US pro cyclist, now runs a Granfondo. Been going for 16 years in Sonoma County, out of a very small town called Windsor. And this year, for the first time, they have a pro race element in an attempt to bring pro road racing back to the US with a massive $150,000 prize purse, so real incentive to pros to do that event. And behind the pros, about 200 pros, there are thousands of Granfondo participants with a choice of distances, and the long one was called the Growler. It was 220 kilometers, so about 130 miles, and 4,000 meters of climbing. But my goodness me, despite the suffering, I did suffer like a dog on some of the long climbs, especially the two climbs which were sort of double whammy in the middle around Sonoma Lake. Those gradients were sustained and steep and brutal and tough going, and then the heat was also a factor as well. Final climb. I'm cooked. It's hot, sweaty, my legs hurt. Oh, I'm done. So nearly there. So tough though. What a day it's been. My poor legs. Amazing route. Really fantastic scenery. Quiet roads as well. The climbs. And that is the top of the final climb. And I got handed a Coca-Cola, which tastes fantastic. Golden nectar. Oh, what a climb. It's like 15% for ages. My poor legs. And that is the final climb done. Much to my relief, my legs are done. So barring any surprises, it should be downhill and flat through vineyards into winter. But the route was amazing. King Ridge, the first climb, was just fantastic, and going up Geysers was tremendous as well. And almost traffic-free roads. They weren't closed roads, but there's no traffic on the roads at all. And for parts of it, it felt like being in the Alps. The Swiss Alps, the Austrian Alps, really sort of alpine vibe, up in the mountains, the trees, meadows, cows as well. Felt familiar, but felt fantastic. A really fun day on the bike. It took me 8 hours, and despite being 1 hour behind the fastest Granfondo finisher, I still finished in the top 20, so that's kind of cool. I didn't come here for a result, I came here for taking part, as I always do. I'm not here for racing or winning, far from it. It's all about the experience, and met lots of nice people along the way too. So yeah, Levi Granfondo is a good reason to head further north than I've been before in California. The riding up there is very different to down here in Fairfax, which I'm more used to. Much more remote, much more like England in places, Devon, Dorset kind of vibes, but more vineyards and vineyards as far as the eye can see. And generally I found riding out here to be very safe, despite what some people may think. With the big trucks and big roads, it felt really safe. I've not had any encounters with angry motorists or close passes or anything like that really. It's been remarkably, yeah, civilised, and the only real, coming from the UK, is the roads are big, the trucks are bigger, so that's a bit intimidating. But once you get used to it, you get used to the size of the trucks and the roads, you feel kind of safe. You have that sort of shoulder on the side of the road, and lots of parts of California have a kind of cycle lane with a cycle marking as a sort of visual notification for motorists that there's a cycle lane there and cyclists. So yeah, I felt really safe and not felt at risk or danger at all. I actually feel safer than riding back home in the UK, where the roads are narrow and motorists, it seems, are really angry all the time. And the roads are definitely worth talking about, because in my experience from the last 2 weeks, they're either amazing, pristine, smooth pavement rolling through the landscape, or they are awfully badly maintained, crappy roads with cracks and potholes and gravel and dirt and pretty sketchy in places. And I've been riding tubeless, as I always do, and I haven't had a tubeless puncture back home in ages. But this week I had two, and two punctures that required plugging with a tubeless plug, because the hole was too big for the sealant to do a good job of repairing. But still quicker doing that and losing less air doing that than taking the wheel out, putting an inner tube in and all that sort of stuff. We get dirty hands as well. So yeah, two punctures, but still a good advert for me for tubeless. So yeah, the roads are definitely crappy in places, so make sure you have some good tyres, make sure you know how to repair a tubeless puncture. I've done a video on that, link down below and above in case you missed it. And I should mention the bike I've been riding as well, the Envy Fray, kindly loaned to me by Envy. So a big thanks to Neil and Chris for making that happen. They didn't sponsor the video, just asked me if I wanted to borrow a bike, and I said yes. And the Fray, their endurance all-road bike, was a perfect bike for my riding. I'm not racing, so I don't need a super aggressive race bike. And the extra comfort from the Fray, as I've highlighted in a video linked above and down below in case you missed that. Super comfort from the wide tyres and the more relaxed fit than a race bike. Nice high front end, but with the drops, you still get nice and low and aero for a piss line in a chain gang when you go through and off. Really easy handling. It bombs down the descents as well. Really fantastic on the downhill, so a lot of fun overtaking people on the downhills and really making up time I lost on the climbs as well. And yeah, low gear ratios. I probably would have liked an 1134 for the Levi Granfondo. I think it had 1130 or 1132, so not quite low enough. I like the in-frame storage as well, so you got all your spare tubes and tubeless plug kit and pump in the frame. So no saddlebag hanging off the back. Looks clean, and the weight's a bit lower in the bike as well, and still easy to access didn't wish to be on anything else at all, and didn't miss having a race bike over the more relaxed stance of an endurance road bike. So yeah, I need to go pack the bike, send it back to Envy, and load my suitcase for my trip back to UK. But I'm going to spend a few hours here just soaking in the sunshine and the view and how peaceful it is.